link in bio. Okay. Speaking of which, doing a test here. Send help. All right, let's get that going. Testing the volume here. Good. Even my tired, quiet voice is louder than the music. Alright. We're going. Okay. Okay. Okay, do we got anyone here yet? Says one viewer, I think that's me. Yeah. Okay. Excuse me. Let me figure this out real quick. Okay. I do not know how to effectively share the link for this to Facebook. Unfortunately. Let me try that, see if I can put it in there. second. Let's see if this works. Copy. And just testing to see if I can actually open this link here. If this works, that'll be great, actually. And it does not work. Okay, let me see here. Oh, that's something I can check too. Let's see if this counts as a viewer. If there's someone there right now, I'm really sorry. I'm not getting to work yet, but I am trying to see if I can tell who's watching here, because I was checking my own stream, so I want to see if the one of you is me or not. And also want to figure out how to put this on Facebook, but still says 1 concurrent viewers, so maybe there is someone here. Okay. Okay, so we'll just write that. Sorry, give me 1 second. Great, okay. All right, I think we got it. Okay, yeah, good. Sweet, okay. Pull this back up. Sorry, 1 second. Just keep my little copy of the stream going on my phone here. All right, there we go. Yeah. All right. Okay, we're good. Let's get to it. Okay. Where were we? Let's see. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for this new morning, this early morning. Please give me wisdom and inspiration here as I work on this, and help me to glorify you in all that I do, Lord. Thank you for this opportunity and for bringing me back, and for how well these streams are going and how helpful they are. Please bless this one as you have with the last ones, and help me to do a good job. In Jesus' name, amen. Alright. Let's go. So last time, when we left off, we spent a long time getting, sorry if you could hear that. I'm hearing it again for a second. Alright, just a second, I'm going to fix my mic. Okay, so last time we spent a lot of the stream working on some new arrangement for the intro. But it won't last. Which we ended up ditching. So, at this point, I did take some notes of what to work on now. First thing is solving the mystery of the click. So let's explain that here, I guess. I can't turn the speakers on right now because people are sleeping, but so the idea behind this, one of the concepts of this song is that it's like a radio transmission. So there's I made this sound effect to with the idea that it's a radio being turned on at the beginning of the song. So you've got a switch sound, which is this right here. I don't know why I made this MIDI clip so long. Let's just crop that. Okay. So I got this click sound here. Just give me a second. Alright. So that's my click. I've got, I think that's a kick drum. Yeah, so I got a couple samples there, and that's my click, and then I've got this speaker pop sound, which is just another kick. I cut the attack off, so, and I did something else. What did I do? Oh yeah, EQ'd it. So if I turn off the effects that I'm using on the kick and extend the sample, can I? Or did I crop it? Oh. Yeah, so that's the actual sound. I pitched it down a lot and EQ'd it. And my body's making some weird noises right now. So I can't, okay, so I can't even hear this really. I can hear it a little bit in my headphones. But the idea here is like, again, turning on a radio. So you have like the flick of the actual switch, and then that pop that often happens when you turn on a speaker. I don't know if you're able to hear that at all, but the thing about that is, I made it using my speakers, and it sounds really good on the speakers. It sounds just right, but then listening to it on my headphones, it sounds terrible. So I've been meaning to fix that for a while, but then the last stream I was listening to, I was explaining that, and I tested something. So I played the sound through the speakers into the microphone, and then listened on my phone to the stream, and it sounded better than it it does, or than it did, just coming from Ableton directly into my headphones. So it's not a problem with the headphones because it sounded better through the same headphones coming out of the speakers. So I don't I don't know what that is. It's not a problem with the headphones. It shouldn't be a problem with Ableton because it sounds good out of the speakers. I don't know where the issue is here, so maybe it's a reverb thing, because both these sounds are really flat, but when they're coming out of the speakers in my room, they're getting reverb from the room. That could be the problem. Let's what do I have here? Just an EQ. Okay, don't need to look at that really. Let's try that. Just a little bit of room reverb here. I think that's it. Yeah, okay. I just gotta find the right level of room reverb. Oh, praise the Lord! Look at that. I can't believe that. Oh man. Okay, so gotta perfect that. Yeah, already it sounds so much better. That's so bizarre. Usually reverb doesn't make something sound that different. It sounds like the same sound with echo or with reverb, but this sounds like a different sound. Yeah, that's insane. That sounds so much better. I'm gonna keep it pretty low, I think. Well, yeah, let me just try to match the room. I can't do this too loud again because people are sleeping, but I'm gonna turn my speakers on. And just try to match it. Okay, so going to listen now. Let's see. Keeping it quiet. Turn the reverb off. Wait a second. That actually doesn't sound right. This does not sound right. You know what? I'm going to reopen this without saving changes because I want to make sure I go back to the original here. Hold on a second. Because that sounds different now, so I was messing with it to try to see what the samples I was using sounded like without the effects on them, and I think I changed them back a little bit too much to their original sound, so I want to get back to the affected sound, which I can hopefully accomplish by going back to the last saved state here. Hopefully. No, okay, yeah, I guess that is how it sounded. EQ's on, right? That's so bizarre. Okay, forgive me, but this sounds different to me now, and I don't know if it's because I'm just trying to listen to it so carefully that I'm noticing stuff, but it doesn't sound the way it used to. I hope I didn't change something. I don't think I did. I don't think I've saved since I've worked on this. Kick is transposed down just like it used to be. Let me see. Rip. Okay, well, anyway. Alright, time to figure out that reverb. Let's just go with what we've got here. I'm going to not trust myself, not trust my ears right now, as far as the sound being different than I remember it. And just focus on the reverb here. I'm gonna start with the pop. Okay. Trying to listen to the room. Now let's turn the speakers off. Sounded pretty short to me, so let's get a short decay time on this. Probably somewhere in the milliseconds here. That's too long for sure. Also, the size of the room is smaller. I don't know how to relate this size to the size of an actual room, but let's try it. That sounds pretty good. I'm gonna double check it in a second, but let's try putting that on the pop too, because the pop still sounds super flat in the headphones. That doesn't seem to have an effect at all. Maybe. Okay, so this is another part of the mystery. One is the click just sounding so different, but the reverb I think does solve that. But the other thing is, when I ran that test where I played it through the speakers into the microphone and then listened to the stream, so I was hearing a reproduction, not it coming straight out of Ableton. I heard the speaker pop sound, this sound, was just was deeper and punchier than it is here. So these it had more bass to it, or more kind of a more punchy bass to it than it does coming straight into my headphones. So these headphones are capable of going lower than this sounds coming straight out of Ableton. So they can reproduce, these headphones can reproduce the sound I want, because the sound I want comes out of the speakers and I can hear it through these. So go figure on that one. But I don't know if you can even hear that. Seriously, I mean, it's like, I'm gonna check the stream again. Give me just a second here. Switch over to the other cord so I can listen to my phone. And I'm just going to, sorry if this is annoying, I'm just gonna loop this for a second and listen to the pop a few times. Yeah, okay, I can barely hear that. So, it sound the way it does in the speakers. I'm gonna listen to the speakers again. Just a second here. Now with my speakers, got a subwoofer set up, so that's adding some kind of, it's pushing the sound harder than these could. Just like it's moving more air than these could, but at the same time, like I said, hearing it through the microphone into these headphones, it sounded just as good. Well, almost. Also, I'm getting more tone out of it now. Before it was just like a really low. There wasn't like, right now it's like boom, boom. Sounds like a tuned kick drum, which is what the sample is. But I thought I turned it back down here. Something weird is going on. Reverb off. Good grief, I don't get this at all. Oh yeah, okay, well, let's just test the switch. It's got a little bit more reverb there. I'm also going to EQ this now because I can hear more of the kick drum. This is a kick drum sample that I'm using for the click here. So I'm just going to EQ it more to get that bass out of there. That's good, that's better, that's a lot better. Now for this guy, maybe I need to bring this in more? No, that's not it. I want a bit of that high end. Oh, I undid this, hold on. I gotta fix that again, sorry. Perfect, okay, I'm gonna save that now. So, the click's sounding good, and we got the, oh, did it save? Sometimes it runs into trouble because I have it syncing to Google Drive down here. So if it's like, I think if it's syncing a file, if it's in the middle of syncing one of the files, it'll have trouble saving the project, but anyway. So EQ'd out the kicky sound, the bassy sound of the kick there for the click. Now I've got the sound we want. Now the next thing I want to check is the reverb. So I'm simulating the reverb of this room, and I want to see if that still sounds good coming out of speakers. So without, and with it, it's like barely a difference, but doing it just through the headphones, there's a huge difference. Yeah, turn it off and turn it on. Way better. Okay. It occurs to me now that there may get more of the effect that I'm looking for if I just increase the volume, the level of this. Let me see. Boost the pop here. That does help actually. Oh, it's clipping. Is that part of the sound? I don't want to clip it with. I don't want to actually clip it. If clipping is part of the sound, I want to do it with an overdrive or something, I think. Let's see if just turning it louder helps. Whoa, wait. Wait. What? Okay, this is really weird. Man, we were making some strange discoveries today. So, if you look over here on the side, it shows. Man, we've got some this green here comes up and shows us how close we're getting to 0. We don't want to go over 0 or unity, I think it's called. Let me see. 0 dB. Unity. Let's see. What is unity gain? Let's see. I wish I could explain this exactly what this is. I know that it happens, but I don't know why. Let's try one more time. Why does sound clip over 0? Yeah, okay, anyway, I don't know how to find an explanation for that right now, but I don't want to be clipping. And this shows us when we're doing it by showing a red or orange. Oh, that's the wrong one, sorry. Light over here. So as you can see, the green is coming right up to 0 on this track. Now usually, if one individual track within a group track, so I've got this group track here, speaker pop, and this, I've got one track within that group track that's not doing anything. I don't know why I have it in there. And then I've got this one which actually has the pop on it. And that's the one that's maxed out, or nearly maxed out. Now usually when you turn up a group track, it turns up the sum of all the tracks within it. It doesn't turn up the individual tracks within it. It takes the sound coming out of all of them and combines it and turns that up. So even if you have something that's almost maxed out in one of the individual tracks, it doesn't clip because it's going into the group track before being turned up. But here, when I turn it up on the group, oh wait, now it's not doing it? Oh yeah, that's what it is. Okay, so it looks like it's still not clipping in here, but it's clipping here in the effect. So I guess that's the problem. It's just the effect. Okay, no, I guess that does make sense because I think you can clip in an effect before you actually clip in the track. Oh, this is it. It's the EQ. Okay, I'm clipping in the EQ. Let's just do -6 there. And then we'll boost it 6 up here, at least. And then we're fine with that. Let's see if we turn it up more. Okay, yeah, we're starting to clip in the effect. So let's just make that up with this. And then maybe we can turn the track up, right? Yeah, so now we can turn it up with that. 0, looks like 0 is not clipping. Yeah, barely. Okay, so we'll just adjust the track volume for this one. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. This is a little over my head, but anywho, let's try it all together. Okay. That is sounding better. Let me test it with the speakers again. Okay, now it's way too loud from the speakers, so I feel like this is a little bit boring, so sorry about that, but gotta get this done, so gotta find a balance here. Let me see. Turn it down a little bit. I'm just gonna get rid of this track. It's not doing anything. Don't know why I still have it there. In fact, why do I even need a group track? Bruh. I'm just gonna ungroup this. So I've got the pop and the switch. Okay, good. What is this one? D. Not using that either. That was probably to demonstrate something the other day. Okay, anyway. So let's find the balance here. Okay, we need to put this back on. Oh, now it's clipping again. That's funny. Okay. Again, I can't really tell you what's going on here, but I'm just gonna try to avoid clipping. So I'm not clipping in the effects. I'm not clipping in the track. Let's see how far up we can go. Looks like we can make it to 0. All right, hold on. Let's turn this down a little bit, and I'm gonna test somewhere in the middle of the song here. Okay, sounds a little bit loud to me still compared to everything else. Although, actually I take that back, I think it's fine. If anything, I want the switch to be a little bit louder. So I'm going to boost that one with a utility. Hopefully this will work out. M6 on this. Oh, there's something else to consider here. Just realized this, but since I'm streaming, I've got two monitors. So I've got a monitor here and then a monitor over there, and they're kind of in front of the speakers, so they could be, I mean they are, I just don't know how they're affecting the sound, but they are definitely affecting the sound because they're bouncing some of it just straight back at the speakers, so stuff is not sounding the way it man. So I'm gonna rely more on headphones now, actually, that we've got the click sounding better. And I just want to balance these intro sound effects to the overall kind of level of the track in full swing here. So let's find the leader drop. Okay, so if this is loud enough, I think it's a little bit too loud for me right now. We'll try that in a second, but if that's right, the speaker buzz here is not loud enough. That's definitely out of balance, so let's turn that up. So I've done a lot of volume automation on this. It goes in and out over time here. You can see it more like right here, the volume goes down and then comes back up here. Stuff like that. So if I try to change the volume in the track here, I'll lose all of that automation. So I'm going to instead use a utility again and just boost the overall volume within the track here. So it sounds good with everything else. Maybe just 6 again? Okay, no, that's definitely a little bit too loud. Let's try 3. Everywhere, just across the board, I guess. Pop is not being boosted, right? Well, I'll turn it down now. Let's those just turned down 3, so let's give this -3. Just getting a little hairy here. Here's another question. That still sounds a little bit too loud, but here's another question. Should that buzz have the same reverb as the switch here? Might make it sound a little better. Let's see what that's like. I can barely tell a difference there. Turn it back on the pop too. I think I might be making this up, but I feel like it does tie them all together just a little bit, makes them all a little bit more cohesive if the reverb is on all of them. But if I am hearing what I think I'm hearing, I don't like the way this buzz sounds with the reverb on. So we have a choice here. It's like a cinematic boom there. It's funny. Anyway, turn that back down. You know what's funny, actually, doing that and increasing the decay time so much helped me hear the shorter decay time better. Kind of trained my ears for what to listen for. So yeah, I'm gonna low cut it a little bit because it just sounds better. Ooh, okay. So I just turned up the volume for me in my ears, and that is making things a lot clearer. I can hear the reverb better. I was mixing it pretty low volume. Yeah, that sounds a lot better. Okay, let me try this again. Sorry, I'm kind of tired, so I'm having to listen to it a few times to get the same effect of listening to it once if I was more awake, but okay, so the buzz is just a little bit too loud. Let's try 2 decibels down. Switch and pop are definitely too loud. I'm just gonna reset those. Well, 3 down for that means 3 down for this. So let's see. Still sounds really loud. I feel like it didn't change it at all. Okay, let's see. Sounds like a difference, but not like enough of a difference. Okay, a little back to -3, I guess. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so this needs to be at 3 below that, which it is already. I'm gonna try it lower even still.
This just isn't working. There have been some good moments, but it won't last. Communications will be the next to go. I'm already losing signal. Soon, I won't be able to hear you at all. If you get through this, I'll see you on the other side.
Man, I like this song. Okay. Okay, so sorry about this, but since I turned it up on my end, that made these sound louder than they really are. How's it buzz? So I need to turn these back up, I think. So what happened was I turned these up because they were too quiet, and then I listened to the drop, and then I turned the overall volume up and went back to the click without listening to the drop again. So they seemed super loud, but they weren't actually in comparison. So turn this back up. Let's see how that sounds together. Zoom out a little bit. Here we go. Do the pop up even more. Yeah, it should be a pretty loud sound. Wait for this to stop syncing and then try again. Oh.
I'm afraid this just isn't working. There have been some good moments, but it won't last. Communications will be the next to go. I'm already losing signal. Soon, I won't
Okay.
be able to.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it there for now on that one. But now we can move on to something hopefully a little bit more interesting. A little bit. So the next thing, solve the mystery of the click. I think we can say we solved it. Is this case closed on this one right now? Solve the mystery of the click. Well, we certainly solved the mystery of the click itself. The pop, not so much, although it's sounding a lot better now that the volume has been turned up on it. So, yeah, the reverb, that was definitely the mystery there. So yeah, definitely. Solve the mystery of the click. We can check this off. Hold on. I don't know if I can do this with the camera or not, but let's see. Solve the mystery of the click. Yeet. Messy check mark on some messy handwriting there. Next is work on the bass swoop. Okay. I know what I'm talking about, thankfully. Real quick, I'm gonna open up the blinds because the sun is rising out there and it's really pretty, so. Or I'm sure it is. Let's go. Yeah, much prettier than my room light, that's for sure. Check the angle. Okay, we're good there. Maybe I can turn this off. Yeah, natural light. Praise the Lord for the sun and the sky. Oh, it's pretty. Yeah, so in a little bit, probably an hour or two, I'm gonna be blinded, but for now it's great. So let's see. Warning, the stream's current bitrate is lower than the recommended bitrate. Seems to be working out okay, Doug. Okay. So bass swoop time. Bass swoop time, let's get it. That's over here. Yeah, it doesn't seem ideal at this point. Sorry, give me just a second. Forgot to send this to somebody. This stream link here. All right. So what I'm talking about bass swoop is, oh, got an update, is this the transition here. It's really just the volume automation. No, filter automation for the bass. Okay, let's see. Like in this song here. It's basically the transition into the drop. This guy just cuts the bass out entirely. I think before the drop, if he does do a filter sweep, it's pretty masterful. And a lot of the other stuff in this track is masterful, so maybe that's what it is. But it sounds like he just cuts the bass out entirely, and then kind of it drops back in, kind of slides back in. Right there. The bass kind of comes back in there towards the drop. Now, I'm going for a similar sound to that. Let's see here. In this guy's song, it just hits. Like there's just like the bass kind of goes out and then snaps back in, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there's no bass here right now. Oh, okay. Wrong part of the song. Yeah, it just slams back in. There's no fade in. That one too, it cuts out. It kind of slides up a little bit, cuts out, and then slams back in. So I'm going for more of this kind of sound, the one If Not Now, where it's kind of more of a slide out. Because I tried removing it and it does not sound good. So it's actually sounding better to me now than it did yesterday or Wednesday. It's Friday right now, man. Oh, time is bizarre. This the first couple days this week felt so slow to me, and now I'm like, wait, it's Friday. Like Monday, well, because Monday was the first stream this week, and it was another early morning stream, so I didn't sleep that much the night before, and then I got up at 5, and then was up till probably 11 or 12 that night. So that felt like a long day, and then Tuesday felt long too. But then apparently Wednesday and Thursday just like shot by. So I don't know. Does not make sense, but here we are. Why was I talking about it being Friday? Yeah, right. So Wednesday, on the last stream, this did not sound that good to me. The what I'm doing with the bass, which is here. Let's see if I can make it stick out. Accentuate it. It's this right here. So actually it doesn't it's not quite as audible on that track, but oh, well, that would explain it. Good grief. That would explain why it doesn't sound right. Okay, sorry, just a second. Okay, do I want that here? Okay, do I want that there? I don't know why I have a bass sweep there. That might actually sound cool at that point in the track, but it's on this bass, which is just it's just the fuzzy top part anyway. So like removing the sub on that is not very effective. This is where all the meat is. The meat bass. Oh yeah, so oh gosh. The way I name stuff has no rhyme or reason to it, really. I mean, it kind of does, but not really. So anyway, well, okay, so I'm gonna write this down. Try a bass sweep on, just a second. Here, just make you part of this. Help. 11. 22, yeah, it's been 2 days. Math is hard. 2019. And let's try quote-unquote bass swoop, which is a stupid name that I've made up for this ubiquitous effect that has a name already, I'm sure. Bass swoop, mid-late drop. Think I'll be able to remember what I'm talking about with that little note there. Okay. So I'll get back to that later, but focusing on the main event, the current event, to be precise. So we're gonna copy this filter, automation, yeah. I'm just gonna copy this whole thing. It's more than I need to, but okay, go up to potato base, find the filter, show automation in new lane. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. Yeah, I already am. Wait. Oh, shoot. I just hit undo a couple of times and I don't know what I undid. What did you undo? Okay, so it is coming up a little bit. Maybe it just needs to come up more. Try curving a little bit. That sounds a little steep, but let's try that. So I'm gonna copy this and put it on the other track. Okay, so I have two auto filters here, which are both cutting out the bottom end, but okay, so one's doing it over here, and one's doing it right here. It's really redundant to have two of them, but I'll just rename them so I can keep track. Mid-late, and call this drop in. Okay. So now I can just hide this and not worry about it. Drop in frequency. Yeah. Okay, so now I got the name. How nifty is that? Okay, so I want to copy drop late's automation and paste it onto Meatbase's filter. I've got two filters here as well. Okay, let me just check these. Wait, help. Okay, no, turn that back off. This one I know is the one we're using. Yeah, it's this one. Okay, so I'm gonna rename this one drop in as well, because that is indeed all that it's doing. So now that that's squared away, let's test this one and see. Oh, that's for right here, where the bass is not even playing at all. So that was for something that is now not part of the song, so we do not need it anymore. Great. So now we can paste drop-ins automation to drop in on the Meatbase. Yeah. Let's see what that sounds like together. Okay, so it's pretty sharp drop in, but let's see what it sounds like with everything else in context. Okay, I think it comes up a little bit too high there, so let's, man, we're nitpicking right now, but it does make a difference at these lower frequencies. I feel like it's a bit too quick. I'm gonna try turning it down, turning the curve, lessening the curve a little bit here. Lessening the curve. What do you say? How do you describe that? Okay, let's keep going. Try that again. Try moving the point back. Gotta paste it up here for it to work. Oh, there's an idea. Okay, so I've got a filter doing the same-ish thing on the drums here. So let's try copying that. Automation. Show automation in new lane. Copy and take this down here and see how that sounds. So just remove that. Excuse my stomach. Come here. Alright. Ooh, maybe if we do this. That sounds like it'll probably be way too dramatic, but we'll give it a shot. Oh, yeah, that's the thing. Is I want to hear these two bass notes, and if I sweep it up too much, you can't hear them at all. So 460, 460. Nope, that's not it. Let me listen to this one again. See what he's doing. Nope. Okay, so on paper, actually, he's doing this pretty much exactly what we've got here. Maybe coming in a little bit later, actually. Okay, so it's like an eighth before, right? Oh. So yeah, he's coming in at like, he's coming in like here. If I'm thinking about this correctly. Let's see how that sounds. Okay, that doesn't sound good to me. I think that does sound like more like what his sounds like, but it doesn't work for this song. I think part of the reason is that is that I've got a drum filter sweep going on. A filter sweep going on the drums. So having a filter sweep on the bass too is just like, it's taking out all the sound, and that's not the idea that we want here. Also, we're not getting the white noise in here, which is a kind of a mistake. Yeah, we need that to get the full effect. You know what? Let me actually go back to it earlier. Let me try that version that's like his again with the white noise. Yeah, no, that's too fast, but I kind of like the way it sounded when we started out, so I'm gonna back up. When did we save last? Huh? Can I go all the way back? Should I go all the way back? Yeah, I can go pretty far back. Or can I? What did I save after? Saved after the click. Shoot. Okay, we've got, oh, I didn't rename these yet. Let's double check that. This is indeed dropping. Then we got mid late, right? Okay. Not using this one. And this is dropping 2.0. Drooping. Yeah, okay. No. 2. Okay, you know what? Let's close some of these up here. Don't look at all that. Oh, great, yeah. We don't look at all that. Sorry, I'm just listening to this kind of over and over, but yeah, it's pretty good right now. There's something wrong with it. I can't quite put my finger on it. So actually, no, I like it a think maybe starting earlier, maybe, and maybe going a little bit higher. Just kind of repeating my process here, but maybe it'll work out a little better this time. So let's copy that and paste that up here. So, and listen to it again. Okay, yeah, we're almost there. Okay. That's way better, having it come in a little bit, start coming in a bit sooner. And then maybe just, should it go any higher? No. Maybe a bit of a curve to it. Maybe just a little bit more teetering on the edge and then coming in. Ah, that's pretty good. Okay, let's listen to that with the white noise. Hey, someone liked it. Thank you. Thanks for liking the video. I think this is sounding great now. Ah, yeah. Praise the Lord. That's good enough for me. Okay. Whew, my stomach is going ham right now. Okay. Work on the bass swoop. Oh, okay. We'll fix that in a second. Work on the bass swoop. Let's find this. Oh, help. Check. Another one down. Maybe extend the white noise back a bit. So we've solved the mystery of the collect. That was fun. Worked on the bass swoop. Maybe extend the white noise back a bit. Yeah, sweet. So let's work on that one. Although I think it sounded pretty good. I'm gonna go back, not all the way to the beginning for this one, but I'm gonna go back a little further.
I'm afraid this
There we go.
just isn't working. There have been some good moments, but it won't last. Communications will be the next to go. I'm already losing signal. Soon, I won't be able to hear you at all.
There we
If
go.
you get through this, I'll see you on the other side.
Yeah, so starting this a little earlier would be, oh, the volume's all the way down? Is that what I'm doing? Hold on. Hello? Oh, maybe I have to go this way? What? There we go, okay. So, I've got volume, yeah. Yeah, frequency. Oh, wrong one, sorry. Here. Okay. I'm gonna try just giving it a curve here. Yeah, that's better. Oh, that was crazy. Did you see that? The whole curve moved with me there. That was weird. Let me try That doesn't sound as good. Yeah, that sounds good. I'm gonna say that's done right there. Maybe extend the white noise back a bit. Check on that popper. Let's get it here. Yeah. Okay. Riser question mark X infinity. Oh, okay. So now we're looking at the riser, in case I wasn't clear by what I just said, but are we saved? Good question. Okay. Okay, so now it's time for the riser question. I don't think that would be good here. Hey, Dad. Good morning. Let me see. I'm gonna back up a bit again for that question here to answer that question, hopefully. Let's put it on narrow. There we go.
I'm afraid this just isn't working. There have been some good moments, but it won't last. Communications will be next to go. I'm already losing signal. Soon, I won't be able to hear you at all.
Oh, that's another
If you
thing.
get through this, I'll see you on the other side.
Actually, a riser might work here. Yeah, I'm gonna try it. But first, before I forget, I didn't write this down anywhere, but I want to try bringing the strings in a little sooner as well. Where are they? Oh, it's the pads here. Neopad. Oh, wet is the only one? Let's try it again with both of them fixed. It's not quite right. Man, I actually like the rate they come in at. I just feel like they could be a little bit louder. Not even like louder sooner exactly, just kind of louder overall. Let's see what we're working with over here. Oh yeah, we got plenty of room when they're going full blast. I'm gonna put those as well. See how that sounds up here first. That sounds great, I think, for that part. So that's good. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Now, I have the dry and wet together for most of the song, which is this one. And then the same thing with a bunch of reverb. So I have both of those together for most of it, except in the first, what to call this section, verse, I guess, drop here. There's no, I don't have the wet ones there. Everywhere else they're together, and then here it's just the reverby ones. In a way, I want to try making it the same everywhere, just because that sounds like it should be right. But here, let me see. Let me copy this envelope. There we go, and paste it here. Right? Oh no, paste it here. Yeah, paste it here. Okay, let's see what this sounds like. Wait a second. Oh, I had the wrong envelope there. Yeah, okay. That's weird. Okay, anyway. So, it might get a bit too loud. Like the strings might be too loud at this part if I have the dry and the wet together, but that's something we could sort out if it sounds better. So, let's see. Does sound better, so I can probably turn this back down. Actually, it's barely a difference, but yeah, it does sound better. Now these are filtered, so I need to make sure the filter applies to the dry ones. Okay, I'm just gonna shrink these. Let's shrink these, and I'm gonna go back here and look at all this. I mean, there you go. Look at all that reverb. I've got 3 reverbs. What's this? Okay, a short one. A long one that's super wet. And then another pretty long one. What's this doing again? Okay. So yeah, this is a reverb on top of the other reverb to kind of wash it out in this intro thing here, which I'll probably need to replicate that as well. But let's focus on the auto filter for now. Okay, now let's keep this one open. All right. So I'm just going to copy this exact filter over onto these, and I'm going to do it on the group because it's silly to have it on each track, I believe. Let's see how this sounds again. Sun's starting to come up. poked me in the eye here, so I might have to close the blinds in a minute. Yeah, great. Okay, I'm gonna put the reverb on there as well. I think that will sound good. I'll think it will sound good. Just gotta make sure it doesn't last for the whole thing. Let's check it. Yeah, so I want to fade it out a bit sooner here, because I want it to be gone by the time these come in. Oh wait, that actually worked because it fades out as they fade in. So let's listen to that. Okay, that sounds pretty good. And then let's check this out. Oh man. Oh yeah, I'm just now hearing it. It's the reverb's long gone by then. So the other thing I want to try is bringing this in for that. What? What was that other thing? Is that the... No, that's this short one. I don't think this is supposed to be all the way up for all that. I don't think that's right. Yeah, no, it's not. Okay, so re-enable the automation, but delete all the automation past that intro section here. Get rid of you, get rid of you, get rid of you. Okay. Check the same thing here on the left. Wait, what? What just happened? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh no, okay. Wait a second. Hold on. Okay, I was deleting the wrong thing here apparently. This reverb is what I want to work on. Show automation. Wait, what? I think... No, that's... There's a lot of automation on these tracks, so it's getting confusing. Okay, hold on. Here. Yeah, that's getting real bright. I don't know if you can see, there's some... No, you can't. You can't on the webcam, but there's some really beautiful rays coming through the trees there, but yeah, no, that's hurting me now. So, just a second. Sadly, need to close this up. I'll turn back on. Well, you can see me fine, then that's... Yeah. Visibility's fine, so... Okay. Anyway, so... Not trying to delete that automation, trying to delete the reverb automation here. And this is for the right track. It's this reverb. Okay. Should be good here. Just delete all of it. Oh, it's off over here. Okay, that's okay. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. And then for this one, same thing. We want to delete all the automation after a certain point. Okay. Now. Okay, that's it. We're good. Now where was I? You know, that doesn't really sound better. For a second I thought that sounded better, but alright. So we've got this worked out right. Volumes, and did we copy the filter over yet? Oh, okay. I don't think we did that. Yeah, so we need to get these auto filters. Yeah, these strings sound way too quiet now, so we need to get that back in there. We will add the wet underneath. Okay, that's really, really good. Praise the Lord. That's really good to have figured that out. That is also something that has been bugging me for a while. Oh wait, no, I did put the filter on. I just copied it to the group track because that makes more sense. So let's in fact do the same thing here. The reason that it's separate is because at one point I had one track for these strings, and then I duplicated that track, panned one to the right, panned one to the left, and now I have a left and right. So all the effects just got copied over in that duplication. So now they're taking up space when they don't really need to be. I'm not going to go back and combine all the effects into the group track, but anyway, okay. What are we looking at here? Is this is volume? And that's, yeah, okay. This was the filter being on. So next thing is bringing these strings over, and then the riser. So my stomach is angry at me right now. Okay. Okay, sorry, I'm getting distracted here. There's some weird volume automation going on. Minus 16.7 to minus. Yeah, let's just find that. Okay, now they're the same on both ends there. Instead of weirdly ramping up or down. Minus 16.7. Okay, good. Oh, good. Good. Okay. Now let's get these copied over. Now the problem with this is we don't want to copy the automation. We just want the clip. I think we'll be okay. But let's try this. We want this throughout the whole thing. What does this say? Go between 0 and 100% on the delay. I'm sure that meant something to me at some point. So I need to check this out. Here. What am I doing with the filter here? Oh, so this is a problem. I think. No, it's turned off here. I need to turn it off before it gets to that point. And then wait. Wait, no, that could be on as long as it's not doing anything. Okay, no, it's not useful at any point after that, so. Let's get rid of all that. Good. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and copy this one back to the other one. Let's double check this automation. Jeez Louise. Alright. What do we got? Yeah, we're good. That's what we want. So let's take that. Well, copy it now. And delete this old one. Delete it. Put it back, check everything. Good. So now oh yeah, so we should be able to copy this volume automation for the whole track basically. So I'll start here and just go to there. Oh, let's see, track volume, show automation in new lane. Good, that makes sure that we just copy the envelope and not any of the MIDI information. So come down here, show track automation in new lane. Put it in the same spot, paste. Yeah, there we go. And I'm just gonna go ahead and delete everything after that because we don't need it. And then we'll do the same thing here, show automation in new lane, delete, paste. Yeah, so now we've got this fall and then rise on all the tracks since they were at 16.7 anyway. That makes sense. So let's, yep. So now we should be good across the board. Get rid of those automation lanes there. Save yet again. Oh, okay, so wow, praise the Lord. Again, that's something I forgot about, but I've been just like putting off for forever, is figuring out whether or not to have all the strings throughout the whole song or to have some parts where one's playing, and so that's solid now. Just double check it. Okay, a couple questions. So one, I'm second guessing this a little bit now. No, okay, several things to point out. First of all, first thing to figure out is the issue of clipping, because we've got some clipping going on in this one. Yeah. Starts at this here, this reverb. Just a little bit of clipping in there. Maybe I'm gonna lower the gain by 3 dB. And just monitor that for a second. Okay, so we're still clipping. It looks like it builds up over time as the reverb and the sound builds on itself. It kind of starts clipping. So let's bring it down a little bit more. Still clipping. Barely though. Let's try 1 more dB. Yep. Shoot. Wait. Just a smidge going over now. Let's try -10. Still going over. I'm gonna go down to -12 here. The thing is crazy is it doesn't seem to change the volume to me. It's still going over a little bit. This might not be working. Let's try an actual utility in there. Okay. That seems to be making a difference. Yeah, that's not making a difference at all. Maybe I don't understand this. Maybe this is not just a gain. Adjust the volume of the resonated signal. Okay. So this is just like the part of the sound that's being affected by this effect. So I'm not actually turning the output down, which is what I thought I was doing. Okay, that explains it. So let's go back to a small amount here and see if that works for the clipping. Yes, indeed it does. So we'll copy that over to the left track. Oh man, I wish I had more foresight here, because this is a little redundant, and it may have been avoidable. Resonators? Is that where I had it after the resonators, right? Yep, that's fixed it. So now we're not clipping. Are we clipping in these ones? I don't think we are, right? No, we're not. I think it's just this one because there's so many reverbs on them. Okay, so that's the one thing. Clipping. What were the other things? I kind of don't like the way it sounds now, but I think that's because I got used to the way it sounded without reverb. And then putting this on, it made it louder. I think the strings did need to be louder in this part. But just making them louder by adding back in the reverb track, I don't know if it's... Sounds good to me because I'm used to having no reverb on it, or not, or less. Let me see. So. Yeah, no, I don't like that. So that's good. Here we got the perfect balance. Okay, yeah, no, somehow my mind changed on that. Maybe just listening to it a lot. Or listening to the reverb ones a lot. But that's good because it sounds right. However, we reduced both those tracks by 3 dB, so in a sense, I feel like I should increase the group by 3 or by 6, 3 and 3. I don't know though. I don't know if that'll actually make it sound the same. So let's test that real quick. Turn these both off. It's slightly louder. Okay, turn those back on. These are reducing the volume. And then turn this up 6. So that would be what? 5.5 dB total. Remember that level, hopefully, and then okay, no, so we don't want 6 dB on the group. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it where it is right now. Yeah, we'll leave that for adjusting levels. Okay. So we've got the strings, we've got them coming in earlier, because since we've added back in these other strings, the dry strings to the intro, effectively that raises the volume, which effectively brings them in earlier. So we've got that fixed. We've got the white noise done. So now I think we can try the riser out. Yeah, the strings are all done, right? Copied over the filters, volumes, all, yeah. So we should be good on that. Okay, now it's time for the riser. So let's have a crack at this. I'll put it down here. I don't know what color to make it. We've already got like most of the colors. All right, some to stand out there.
I'm afraid this just isn't working. There have been some good moments, but it won't last.
I think I'm gonna need to go back to the beginning for this one to get back into the feeling of the intro here. All right. My phone will turn over here. Okay.
working. There have been some good moments, but it won't last. Communications will be next to go. I'm already losing signal. Soon, I won't be able to hear you at all. If you get through this, I'll see you on the other side.
Okay, so I'm gonna work on this riser here. I just listened to the track again to get an idea of what I want to do. Give me 1 second. My dad just called me. I'm gonna tell him I'll call him back in. I'll go till 8:30 with this. At 8:30. Okay. So yeah, let's figure this out. Silent. Good old Silent. Trying to remember how I did this. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and save this and open up an old, well, an old new set here. This is actually one of my oldest songs, but it's one of the ones that I've brought the furthest along towards finished. Because I come up with ideas and I do a little bit of work on them, then I save them, and I'm going through them in chronological order at this point. So I'm trying to save the project here, but I'm not sure it's working because Google's backing up. Hopefully we can save this in a second here. There's an error when closing the file. Letting go makes sound 1. Okay, hold on. Let me pause this. Okay, hello. I don't know what's going on here. I feel like maybe Google is jumping in as I'm trying to save the project and like trying to back that up while it's saving. Yeah. Oh wait. Did I get it? I think we got it. Because now it's backing up the set. Yep. Okay, so it backed up the project. So we're good. Okay. So now open a live set. Alone. August 26th. Oh, that's right. 9/8/2017. Yeah, 2 years ago. That's more like it. That's when I thought it. That's when I thought I started working on that. But I have a riser in this one that's actually one of my favorites that I've ever done. So let's pull that up and see. And I haven't done that many, but I forgot how I went about it. So I want to see. Just give myself some ideas here. Fab filter, yeah, okay. Alright. That seems loud. I'm gonna check that on the stream real quick. Because I don't want it to be too loud. 1 second. Okay, no, that's not too loud. Back to computer audio. Okay, so this is the riser right here, I believe. Yeah. I'll show you that in context real quick. So yeah, that's really good actually. I like it a lot. It's noise too though. I already have noise. So I've got white noise and a detuned square wave. Yeah, I really I'm gonna copy this in for now, and then I'll play with it and see if I can get something that works for letting go. No. Oh, I've got reverb too. Okay, so I've got some reverb that increases as it goes along. That's cool. Cool. Oh, it's really fun working on a new idea. I actually learned a lot during that stage of the song. Just because, like, well, I don't know why. I don't know why that is, but when I'm excited and just trying to recreate what's in my head as fast as possible, sometimes I stumble across stuff that's, like, really cool. So, okay. Let's paste this in here. Yeah. Alright, so we don't want this pitch automation, but we do want the distance that it goes. So let's see, 0.5 to 1. That's our pitch range. Filter cutoff is 0.29 to 0.7. All right, I'm gonna write that down real quick. Riser, pitch, what was it? 0.5 to 1. And then filter is 0.29. We'll say 0.3 to 0.7. 0.3 to 0.7. Okay. Now we can recreate that exactly if we want to. Delete the automation. Okay, so what do we have here? Oh. Okay, so that's our sound. I don't really want the noise because I've already got some white noise here. Let's just try putting this in. I want about the whole length of this, I guess. So, but what note to play? I don't think it's worth opening up to find out if I played the tonic on that last one or not, but let's try playing the tonic on this one, which is what again? Oh, our pitch bend is at something. Let's put it at 0. 0. Okay. Can I put you at 0? It won't let me type in 0 here. There we go. Okay. Okay, so it's really high. Let's double check that. Wait. Yeah, okay. It's 2 octaves up in the synth patch, so that's why it sounded really high. I'm gonna raise the filter. There, we can hear it better. if I understand correctly, that's the tonic. So let's try playing that. And so then our pitch change on the other song was 0.5 to 0.1. Let's see. 0.5. Okay, so 0.5 would be what? How far down is that? That's 0.2. Oh. Are we at 0.5? Yeah, okay, so 0.5 is the baseline. And then up to 1. Okay, so it went up the whole, one whole. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. That sounds absolutely terrible. But could I blend it in? Because this is not a finished sound. But I'm just trying to think of what I'm trying to extrapolate off of what it sounds like now and imagine what what it'll sound like after I've finished with it. And I don't know if even then it will be good. I'm gonna listen to the other one again, or the origin of this sound. Terry refinement demo. Okay. So I didn't make it up the full way on there either. Yeah, I really like it in that context, but I don't know about this. Reverb will help a lot, but I don't know if it'll be enough. I just don't know if a riser actually fits here. That's what I wrote last time in the notes was riser and then question mark times infinity, because I don't think that really works here, but let's see. Definitely not at that speed, it's just... Ugh, no, not at all. Maybe closer in. Just ignore it until it starts going up. Here. No, that just does not fit. I don't think that works at all. Shoot. Alright, well, that's that, I guess. Listen to this one more time, and then listen to the intro one more time without the riser. Okay. And then, just listen to this real quick.
But it won't last. Communications will be next to go. I'm already losing signal. Soon, I won't be able to hear you at all. If you get through this, I'll see you on the other side.
Dang, this is weird, because in a way I can imagine one being in there and sounding good, but... Oh, that would probably help too. Let's try that. I'm just gonna bring this over to the halfway point, crop the clip. Okay, the note's gone, so let's not do that. Let's bring it in so that the note starts here. Okay. Just okay. So before it was what, 0.3-ish? Yeah, 0.29, 0.7. That's what it is on alone. Sounding a little bit better already. Let's bring up the reverb over time too. Probably not to 100%, and let's curve it a little bit so it kind of comes in more towards the end. Okay, so it sounds a lot better now, but I don't know if it's the right mood for the song. This is so weird because when I listen to the intro without it, I feel like it needs. I feel like it needs a riser, but or it would sound good. I can imagine it sounding good in my head, but then when I put it in, it's I don't know. Maybe if I got the right note, or maybe if it maybe if it holds the last note a little longer. If you do it too long, it just sounds weird, but let's try this. Yeah, so it's kind of good to hold the last note a bit, because then it's a nice note, it's in tune and everything, and leaves a good taste in your mouth. Whereas if like the last part is it getting to that top note, and so you get a little bit before that in your reverb, it just sounds dissonant and bad. But okay, I'm gonna try the long version again. I think this is gonna sound terrible like it did before, but let's just see. Definitely doesn't sound as terrible as it did before. This is hard. Maybe to re-enable the noise. I don't think I should have this right now, but let's see. Try just the noise. Hold on a second. Is this back to where it was? No. This one sound. That should be really far to the right. I'm gonna pan it out a little more. Maybe not that far. Okay, you know what? I'm getting a little distracted. I don't need to figure out the panning on that right now. Anyway, I don't think it's the right energy for this song. I kind of like it now in a weird way, but I don't think it's the right vibe. The other thing too that's hard about this intro, the way it is you kind of have to listen to the whole thing to get the flow of it. It sounds better listening to it all the way through than it does picking one part and listening to it from there. And that's partly just because of Ableton. I've talked about this before on the stream, but if I start here, I miss the residual tail, the reverb and stuff from all the stuff back here. So this bleeds into this more if you listen to it all the way through than it does if you just start here. So there's stuff that's missing from back there when you just play it from the middle. But that being said, I don't think it fits really. I think it's too like hype for just this track and this style of music in general. I mean, you don't hear risers in liquid drum and bass, I don't think ever, and I think there's a reason for that. But I thought it might be the right thing, but I don't think so. Let's see. Yeah, it just doesn't work. Yeah, it just doesn't really work for this. Guess that was the reminder I needed. I don't know why it seemed like such a good idea though. I mean, it didn't exactly this whole time. I mean, like I said, when I wrote it down, I was like, I literally wrote $X infinity. I don't know if you can see that, because I was just like, I don't know if this is right, but for some reason it just keeps nagging at me. Maybe there's something else that I need, but I don't. The whole conclusion yesterday too is not to add new stuff, so maybe that's just, I'm getting back to that point again. Yeah, no, it definitely does not work. Okay, you know what? Just gonna call it there. I'm going to remember the point that we came to yesterday where it was like no new stuff. We did accomplish quite a bit so far this morning. We got 3 of our things done. Okay, so riser, I'm gonna check that off. I'm gonna check it off because we answered the question. Let's see here. Get situated and then ching. Okay, so we solved the mystery of the click. That was very interesting. Worked on the bass swoop, quote unquote. Got that figured out. Maybe extend the white noise back a bit. Did we extend the white noise? I think yeah, we did do this. Yes, okay, yes, I remember now. Okay, yep. I mean, I checked it off, but I couldn't remember what we did at this point. Okay, and then wrote a new note to try a bass swoop, quote unquote, mid-late drop. Right, so I wanted to try doing a little bass, filtering out the bass and then dropping it back in, like around here. Or maybe here. Someone there just doing a quick little, I don't know what to call it. There's this thing that, it's kind of like sucking the energy out of it. Just, well, yeah, you filter out the low end and then bring it back in really quick. It's just a little adds a little flair to a transition. So might do this a little bit of that later. It's very common in this sort of genre. I can probably find an example if I look long enough or in the right place. Yeah, I'm sure at least like, well, maybe not, but like every other song in here has that happens somewhere. But yeah, so we can try that. But yeah, I'm gonna go get some breakfast and I don't know. Probably come back. I'll try to come back like 9:30 and restart the stream. Maybe with the same link. I'll see if the same link will work. But yeah. I'm gonna call it for now. I'm pretty sure I'll be back on later, but if not, thanks for tuning in. Jesus loves you. Be back some point. Getting the song finished here soon. So, yeet.